Hello, it's Keith from Kinvert, and in this video we are going to show you how to solve quadratics by factoring. So let's say that we have x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. How are we going to solve this by factoring? Now I'm not going to fully go over factoring. If you need to review factoring, you should go do that kind of elsewhere. We are going to briefly go over it though, okay? So what we're going to want when you're factoring, you want two things times each other. All right, so we're going to have something here, all right, and with this just being x squared, it's basically going to look like this, and then we're going to have pluses or minuses. Now, since all of these numbers are positive, I know that these are going to be positive. And last, what we're going to do is find numbers that multiply to this and add to this. So what are all the numbers that can multiply to 15? We've got 1 and 15. We've got, nothing's going to work with 2. 3 and 5. 4 is not going to work. And 5, well, we're already back to 5. So these are the four numbers we're working with. Is 1 plus 15 going to get 8? Nope. But 3 and 5 will. So we're going to put the 3 here, the 5 here, and this should factor or expand to that. So let's double check that. How about that? So we're going to do FOIL. I'll do it in green. So remember that to expand this out is first, outside, inside, last. So we're going to double check this. First is x times x, that's x squared. And then we've got outside, that's 5x plus 5x. Inside, that's 3x plus 3x, and then plus last, 3 times 5, that's 15. Only x squared, but then we've got two x's here, so x squared plus 8x, because there's 5 and 3, 8x plus 15. And these match. So that means that this is a factor of that original equation. And so now, remember, so this is all equal to 0, right? If you have 0 times anything else, it's 0. So we want to set each of these to 0. Does that make sense? So you're basically solving each of these for 0. Now in this case, hopefully you can see that negative 3 plus 3 is going to make this portion 0. And then this is negative 3 plus 5, so this is positive 2, but 0 times 2 is still 0. Let's go ahead and solve both these anyway more fully. So we'll do the first one in light blue here, so we'll do this one. And this is essentially, we're solving x plus 3 equals 0. And to do that, we want to isolate away this constant, so we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And what we end up with is x equals negative 3. So this is one of our two solutions to this quadratic formula that we are finding by factoring. Let's work on the other one. We'll do it in purple for this portion, for this factor, and this is x plus 5 equals 0. We want to cancel away the constants, so we subtract 5 from both sides so that it's effectively x plus 0, so it's just x. And what are we going to have now? X equals, because it's x plus 5 minus 5, so x plus 0, which is just x. X equals negative 5. So that is the other solution. So the two solutions for this quadratic equation right here, we did it by factoring. The two answers are x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 5. These are the two answers. These are the two roots of this quadratic. We did it by factoring. Remember that if you have these two numbers here, you need to have numbers that multiply. So 1 times 15, right? 3 times 5. 1 times 15 would work here, but it would not work here because they need to add to this. This would be 16 in this case, since they're all positive. But we've got 3 plus 5. That works for 8. And we've got 3 times 5. That works for the 15. So I hope that made sense. If the factoring part didn't make sense, please hop back. I'll try to find a video and try to link it at the end of this to help you review factoring. But if this didn't make sense, probably what you need to do is review factoring, because we essentially turn this into two pretty simple linear equations to solve to get these values. All right, so this was Keith from Kinvert. We went over quadratics by factoring, and I hope this was helpful. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.